Hey loves, this video is going to be a little unique and different, but not for my channel. As far as you viewing it, it's probably going to be different for you. This is Steve Irwin, and him and his beautiful, amazing wife, his family. They have a zoo in Australia, a zoo over there. And so this video is about him and things that I was guided to tonight. And so definitely just check it out, see what you think, leave whatever you want in the comments, and we'll pretty much go from there. So like I said, this is just a few pictures of them, and this video is about Steve Irwin. And I'm going to be covering this in a mediumship, also a metaphysical type of way. So be ready, the videos are coming up, and I will have a part 2 and maybe even other parts. If you don't know who Steve Irwin or his family is, after the videos that are coming up of me, that will be the video with the animals. That's going to be information about him, his family, and his zoo as well, and a lot more information too. Coming up right after these. Alright, so I'm making this video really quick. Earlier today I had made a oracle card video, and I ended up, I'm still kind of open because I'm still wearing a lot of the jewelry and stuff that I had wore earlier. My beautiful crystals. Anyway, so the reason why I'm making this, I'm trying to hurry this up because my little man's already grabbing at my phone. And plus I'm just going to have to squeeze this video in somewhere into the video that I'm making. But if you feel around me, I don't know if the energies are still here. It doesn't feel as intense as it was. But since I'm a medium, and a lot of y'all are as well, you know how it works whenever we connect with spirits and stuff. I'm going to be breaking all this down in the video. And like I said, this is just kind of just somewhere in between video. This is right at about 5 minutes after I started realizing what was going on, is that I'm connecting with Steve Irwin, like in spirit. But I kept wondering, when I was connecting with him for a while now, just been off and on, I thought at first, I was like, well, maybe it's a message to his wife. But then it kept feeling like, no, well, what is it, a message to the family? And no. And I'm like, well, what is this too? But then I kept noticing high vibe. And I'm like, not hearing it or anything, just the feeling. And I'm like, it is extremely high, as if he's ascended and stuff. And so I finally realized tonight, after piecing things together, after, I don't want to say names or anything, but if you do end up watching this video, then you know who you are. But anyway, after watching a video and steps happened that guided me to see pictures of Steve and his family and everything. And then that's when I realized it just all dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, before I met this person, I was guided by Steve for a little while, and I was like, this is unique and everything, because I've always felt like a connection with him anyway. It's just off and on through the years, but it just got more intensified through the recent years and stuff. And so I was like, maybe is it because I'm trying to work with animals a little bit more, or, I've just been kind of trying to figure it out, basically. And, but I finally figured it out, and so that's what this is about. And what I realized is that he basically not only works with people that works with animals and everything, but instead of just the archangels, there's specific archangels that work with animals and people and, things like that. I finally realized, oh my God. And then I've been being guided by Louise Hay as well, which she's also, and so she's the one that teaches, or was one of them, or is the one, I don't remember. I have to research, but it should be in this video. I should have more information by then. And like I said, this just happened. I finally pieced it all. That's why I'm sharing it with hopefully the energies, like I said, are still there. So anybody that is a medium also, or someone that channels, etc., can read into this as well. But anyway, so, but yeah, so she also does, she's the one that created, I think, Ascended Masters. And so I've been being guided by her because she's, departed and everything. I think, a year or two or so now. I just kind of learned about her and the stuff that she did and this, that, and the other. But anyway, but I think before she had passed and all that. And so, but yeah, so I've been being guided by her, and then it's just all piecing together. Steve has to be an ascended master. He just has to be. It just makes total sense with his vibration, along with how like he was one of the number one passionate, into animals. But it's not just number one. He was also known by like so many people, which I think partly also helps with people becoming ascended masters and stuff too. And then of course I'm sure it's by choice as well, but it would make it just makes a lot of sense. If you've read any articles or anybody else talking about it, definitely share that in the comments. Definitely let me know. I really strongly believe he is an ascended master for sure too. And I'm hoping maybe through this video, whether I make a quick one like this and then come behind later on, maybe, I don't know, maybe I can do like a spirit box session or something and see maybe if I can get some answers that way, or with the pendulum or something, and basically go from there and just try to reveal this as much as possible, because I really have a strong feeling, like I said, he has to be an ascended master. He has to be, because he not only was he loved by so many, but I know he's got to be guiding people and helping them with animals, and he just was the spirit for animals. And I'm not saying that others out there ain't like that, because there are plenty, trust me, there are so many people out there. And but yeah, I really think that he definitely chose the path of an ascended master for guiding people with animals and things like that as well. And oh my gosh, y'all, especially if I do a spirit box session and then his voice and everything comes through, that would be totally amazing. And then hopefully maybe, like if he has messages for his loved ones and fans and things like that, I would love to definitely have that come through. And hopefully help, answer this stuff, because like I said, it's been really, really strong, and it totally makes sense for him to be an ascended master for sure. I'm here because I was like, well, why am I being guided about his wife right now? And I was like, was she going to be an ascended master too? And he was like an angel, and I was just like, because I was trying to figure like what her vibe and everything, because she also has a big part in this too. And yeah, she would definitely fit an angel role. Like I do feel that. Now it could be a sweetness that he's trying to say angel, or something. But yeah, I really could see her being, I could see that. Because when we basically cross over or reincarnate or whatever, we can reincarnate as anything. And a lot of people have said, well, you can't be an angel, and you can't be this, and you can't be that. But you can be, and you can, but can't that, And it's like, the more that we dig deeper into this stuff, the more that we're realizing, well, yeah, you can on the things that you said that you can't, But it's just, I guess, us putting limitations and then also trying to overdo things too at the same time. So, trying to be fair with what I'm saying. But yeah, so I could see that. I could see her. I don't know if she already was an angel before, or if she's going to cross over and, be an angel this time. I don't know. I'd have to stop and, try to read into it, and that's not what we're doing right now. But I would do that if it ever came up. But yeah, I don't know if I should do a spirit box first before producing this video. I know I need to do the pendulum with it so I can answer the questions and be guided and use a pendulum, use a spirit box and all of that. Or if I make a part 2, and that's going to be part 2 of this, and this is just kind of, well, this is the reason why I think he is, and blah, 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 and all of that. And so I will have to explain more about the Ascended Masters as well. It's pretty much, but I'll try to find more information besides this. It's pretty much their teachers for people. So in other words, while they work on their ascension, they end up becoming like more of a divine type being. So therefore, they can teach humans, I guess you would, that's what you would call it, us humans, teach us basically in a ascended type way. to teach us in an ascended way to work with whatever that we're working with. And so, but they were once human, you see, and that's where I'm saying the limitations and things where people are like, well, people ain't archangels or they're not angels and da da da. Maybe not, but I still think that, and who knows, maybe that's just where you're an angel, like a guardian angel or something. You know, maybe not so much an archangel. But who knows? What if you quit coming to Earth and that's the choice? You're like, okay, I'm never going to Earth and, you know, I'm just going to stick to the celestial realms or something. And maybe by then or something, who knows. But yeah, so Ascended Masters, like I said, that they pretty much teach us, because that was like their profession, that was their expertise, that was their thing, their niche, their, you know. And so that's what they do, is they teach us and help guide us through scenarios and stuff. Whenever I've came across injured animals or something myself, I've had archangels work with me and things like that too, and I'm sure maybe he has helped as well, because like I said, you know, I have sensed him quite often, off and on, through the years, basically. So, and I love animals, and I do try to help as best as I can, and I do energy healing and different things like that too. So, anytime I see an animal also that's crossed over, I'll cross them over, if they're ready, and if somebody hasn't done that already, or if they hadn't done it themselves. So, a lot of the times it's pretty much I'm crossing them over, that nobody has done it. I've came across a few times where it has, or like I said, they chose themselves to do that. So, it kind of zoomed in a weird way. That's why I'm recording right now, because like I said, this is fresh, this just happened, and I want those energies felt. And so I'm dead tired, I'm ready for bed, but you know, I can't sit there and be like, okay, let me slap makeup on and make everything all prettified. No, when it happens, it happens. You got to deal with the energies then and there, and that's just how it works. So, and I haven't been wearing makeup anyway in a long time, like years and years. But I've been thinking about that. I need to get back into it anyway, just a little bit. The reason that I'm sharing this picture is because even my cat was looking up, and I didn't realize that until afterwards. But I had noticed when I was looking straight forward, like this view, but if you go a little up, where, I guess, about where that cross-looking light is on the wall, but go down a little ways, around in there, it's hard to explain unless I can point at it. Anyways, around in there, I saw like a black looking cloak. And so I only saw like the cloak looking part, like the bottom piece or whatever it was. And like I said, my cat was looking up at it too. So for me, being a medium, I know to look out for signs and things like that. So I'm pointing this out because it could go with this. So Steve Irwin, his name was Stephen Robert Irwin. His birthday was February 22nd, 1962, and his departure was September 4th of 2006. He is known as the Crocodile Hunter. He was an Australian zookeeper, conservationalist, television personality, wildlife educator, and environmentalist. Irwin grew up around crocodiles and other types of reptiles and was educated regarding them by his father, Bob. He achieved international fame in the late 1990s from the television series The Crocodile Hunter, an internationally broadcast wildlife documentary series that he co-hosts with his wife, Terry. The couple also hosted the series Croc Files, The Crocodile Hunter Diaries, and New Breed Vets. They also co-owned and operated Australia Zoo, founded by Stephen's parents in Beerwah, Beerwah, Queensland. They had 2 children, Bendy and Robert. In late 2006, Irwin died from an injury caused by a stingray while filming an underwater documentary in the Great Barrier Reef. His death became international news and was met with expressions of shock and grief by fans, the media, governments, and nonprofit organizations, numerous parks, zoos, streets, the vessel, My Steve Irwin, the snail species, Crikey Steve Irwin, and the asteroid 57567 Crikey have been named in his honor. The Irwin family continues to operate Australia Zoo, which is 700 acres and 1,200 animals at their wildlife facility in Queensland, Australia Zoo. Their kids should be around the ages, as of 2024, 20-year-old Robert and 26-year-old Bendy. Their first meeting was Terry was a tourist, and she was visiting his zoo, and she saw Steve wrangling a crocodile. And of course, they had gotten married. And so Steve and his wife, Terry, spent their honeymoon trapping crocodiles together. Film footage of their honeymoon that was taken by John Stanton became the first episode of The Crocodile Hunter. The series debuted on Australian TV screens in 1996 and made its way to North America television the following year. The Crocodile Hunter became successful in the United States and the UK and over 130 other countries, reaching 500 million people. Irwin's exuberant and enthusiastic presenting style, broad Australian accent, signature khaki shorts, and catchphrase "crikey" became known internationally. Sir David Attenborough praised Irwin for introducing many to the natural world, saying he taught them how wonderful and exciting that it was. He was a born communicator. Marriage and family. In 1991, Irwin met Terry Raines, an American naturalist from Eugene, Oregon, who was visiting wildlife rehabilitation facilities in Australia and had decided to visit the zoo. According to the couple, it was love at first sight. Terry said at the time, "I thought there was no one like this anywhere in the world." He sounded like an environmental Tarzan, a larger-than-life superhero guy. They were engaged 4 months later and were married in Eugene on June 4th, 1992. Together they had 2 children, a daughter Bendy Sue Irwin, born July 24th, 1998, and a son Robert Clarence Irwin, born December 1st, 2003. Bendy Sue is jointly named after 2 of Steve Irwin's favorite animals, Bendy a saltwater crocodile, and Sue a Staffordshire bull terrier. Robert is named after Irwin's father Bob and Terry's father Clarence. Irwin once described his daughter Bendy as the reason he was put here on earth. His wife once said, "The only thing that could ever keep him away from the animals he loves or the people he loves even more." Although the Irwins were happily married, they did not wear wedding rings. They believed that in their lifeline of work, wearing jewelry could pose a hazard to them or the animals. Irwin frequently said that if he was to be remembered for anything, he hoped that it would be for being a good father. On February the 11th, 2000, Irwin's mother Lynn was killed in a car accident. In an online tribute, he called her the most beautiful, loving, nurturing, and caring person to have ever blessed this world. Steve Irwin Day. Steve Irwin Day is an annual event on November 15th, honoring the life and legacy of Irwin. The date was chosen because it takes place on the birthday of one of Irwin's favorite animals, a tortoise from the Galapagos Island, Galapagos. Events that take place include people raising money for the wildlife warriors to help continue Irwin's conservation work, and employees at Australia Zoo wearing khaki uniforms in Irwin's memory. Within Australia, in the years after his departure, Irwin's likeness, catchphrases, mannerisms, and contributions have made Steve Irwin synonymous with Australia among both citizens and foreigners. His likeness has been used by the government of Queensland to promote tourism in the state, with them regarding Australia Zoo as one of the state's most iconic tourist destinations. His son Robert became a spokesperson for Queensland's tourism board in 2020. In 2022, Following the departure of Queen Elizabeth II, I'm assuming because it's got 2 lines. I'm not sure. I'm not great with that numerology thing or whatever it's called. It's numerics or whatever. Anyways, some Australians voiced support for the nation's currency to feature Irwin instead of King Charles III, with 2 citizens filing separate petitions to gather support for the cause. When asked by the press on the matter, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese declined to take a position, offering that it wasn't the right time to discuss who would be on the currency in the immediate wake of the Queen's departure. And that's a wrap for now. And so definitely be on the lookout for the Spirit Box video. I'm not sure if this is going to be separate. I'm going to try to do it separate, but we'll see who all comes through as well during that and what else that happens. So another video is to be made. With this video, it was pretty much just to kind of introduce like what's going on, why I'm being guided the way that I'm being guided, and things like that. So I will be using my mediumship and other aspects on the other one. I just wanted to introduce a little bit because some people might not be familiar with him. It's been many, many years now. And so if they, haven't had a parent or a loved one, talk about him, then, maybe it's just kind of just. But anyway, so I wanted to mention a little bit about them and a little bit of what's going on and why, like I said, that I'm being guided. So I'm hoping, if you feel this way too, if you've been guided the same way as well, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know what you feel about it, what you think, and, and all of that as well. And so I would just like to see what's going on, why, it's happening the way that it's happening with me right now, with the guidance and everything. So we're basically going to find out together. And like I said, just share in the comments what you feel as well. And so part 2 is going to be more so probably just a spirit box session with whoever else comes in, because I'm working on a few right now at the same time. That's just how it happens. Sometimes they just come in, quite a few of them at the same time. I'm like, okay, well, we'll try our best to focus on one at a time if we can. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. And I will be making the other videos. It's just taking a little bit of time. I got to make part 2 of Sonia Massey's. She's also, I'm going to have a spirit box session for her and some other ones as well. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos coming up. I appreciate your love and support by sharing, commenting, liking, subscribing, and everything that y'all do to help my channel. As well as I'm definitely sending y'all much love, gratitude, and thanks back. And as well as I am wishing you and your loved ones dreams, goals, desires, wishes to come to fruition with ease and grace. Much love, everybody. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.